What is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. So as you probably know, warming up properly is one of the biggest keys to not only performing better in Fortnite, but improving at the game as well. To put it simply, your warm-up can make or break your overall progress. And that's why in today's video, I'll be showing you guys the best warm-up for arena and tournaments in Fortnite Chapter 4. This warm-up routine is going to be customizable to your liking, and basically what I'll be doing today is giving you guys the blueprint to not only get warmed up, but improve at Fortnite while you do it. Before we get into it though, if you find this video helpful, then be sure to drop a like on it, and consider subscribing as well if you're new to the channel and you want to see more Fortnite tips and tricks videos just like this in the future. As well as that, consider using code TECHO in the item shop, as it's 100% free and it seriously does help me out a bunch. As always, a huge thank you to everyone who uses it. But with that said, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. Alrighty guys, so here we are in creative, and we're going to get started off with aim training. Now the way I look at aim training for a warm-up is really that you don't want to do aim training later. I mean, come on, like, are you really going to jump into arena and then do aim training? I mean, aim training is boring, let's face it, and I like to just get it done right when I first get on. That way I don't have to worry about it again. Plus, it also gets your aim primed up for the rest of the game, so that's going to be good as well. So with that said, what I like to do for this is Raiders 1v1 aim trainer. What Raiders 1v1 aim trainer is basically just an aim duel map. So it has you against another player, you both get a ton of HP, and you just practice shooting one another. So I'll go in here and show you guys what's up. So now that I'm in the map, basically I'm just going to jump into the matchmaking portal right here, and I'm going to go and get matched up with a random person. You can also just go into this map with a friend and just play against them, but personally I just like to go into matchmaking. It's easy, you don't have to find anybody. Alrighty, so here we are. I'm very laggy, but we should be getting someone in our lobby in a second. Here we go. We got team player 0606 in our lobby. Alrighty, so I'm going to let him go ahead and take the lead here. I'm just going to do whatever he wants to do. We'll do 2000 HP, and we're doing 1x1 cone react. So I guess this is I think this is a shotgun scenario. Yeah. So basically this is where they just teleport into the box and you got to practice shooting one another. It's a bit chaotic, but basically we're supposed to flick and hit one another. I better not lose this to team player 0606. Yes, there we go. So that's one of the shotgun scenarios. There's a lot of them like that. I'm going to see if we can maybe get into a classic angle 1x1 ramp. Oh gosh. What is my aim, bro? I mean, I won. That's good. That's good. All right, I'm going to do one more before we move on. No, what are you doing? No, I'm leaving. Nope. This guy will not choose SMGs, so I'm leaving. Okay, maybe I didn't need to leave like that, but you kind of get the idea with Raiders 1v1 aim trainer. You can use SMGs, you can use shotguns, you can use whatever you want. For some reason, that guy only wanted to do that shotgun, but the premise is still there. You can still play with a friend if you find people who don't want to do what you want to do, and overall, it's just a really good aim trainer and should help you a lot. So for the second phase of this warm-up routine, the second thing we're going to be doing is simply free building. So all you got to do is just pick a random map. I mean, you could do like a regular creative map or your own island or whatever you want to do, and basically all we're doing is going in here and getting our builds and edits warmed up. We're going to be doing some mechanical practice after this, like some actual piece control and editing and stuff like that. So basically our goal here is just to get nice and warmed and primed up. So literally just jump in, free build, do whatever you want to do. I'm kind of a bot when it comes to free building. As you can see, I'm pretty much a total NPC, but just do whatever you want to do, get your builds and edits warmed up, and you should be in a pretty good spot. While you're free building, you also have the option to do some specific techniques if you want to practice certain things. For example, one thing I recommended a couple videos ago in my piece control video was to practice full boxing. So just like this, just edit through full box, edit through full box, edit through full box. You can practice specific techniques like that, or you can just build up and pretend you're just cranking the height limit like I am. You can pretty much do whatever you want, but I recommend spending 5 or 10 minutes just chilling out in creative, just getting your builds and edits warmed up before we get into the mechanical practice. So now that we're through that, the next thing I want to go over is the actual mechanical practice. So for this, I'm going to have 2 different maps. So we're going to be going over 2 maps here, but the first one we're going to be going over is Raiders Piece Control Map V3. So basically this is a piece control map that helps you improve your building, editing, and use it in a realistic environment in a piece control situation. Piece control is super important, guys, and it's pretty much one of the main things that separates actual insane mechanical pros from regular players. If you're able to just box someone up, get a good peek on them, and get the kill, you're going to be way better at fighting. With that said, I do think this is a slightly more advanced option than the other ones, so if you're a pretty advanced player or even an intermediate player, I recommend you do this. If you're not really familiar with piece control yet, or you find yourself being at a more beginner level, then the next map is going to be better for you. But with that said, Raiders map, you just go ahead and grab whatever shotgun and SMG you want, or I guess you don't even need an SMG. And for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go over like 1 or 2 different scenarios. So as you can see, you have basic piece control, you have the regular piece control scenarios here, and then you have the piece control tunnels. All in all, I think there's 29 total scenarios, and I guess I'll just go over like one of the basic ones and one of the regular ones. So I go ahead and click on here, I shoot at this, it gives me instructions. So you go for a side jump, place a cone on the stair mid jump, wall in front of you, catch yourself on the floor, box up the bot. So we just run in here, basically we're doing that, something along those lines, and getting the kill like that. I'm very, oh my gosh. I'm very rusty when it comes to this map, to be honest. If I'm being honest with you, I really don't do too much piece control practice because in game I'm pretty good at it already. I probably still should do it more, but I just don't. So as you can see, that's kind of the premise of this one. And it's basically just over and over again, infinitely. And then I think we can just emote, go back to the lobby, and then let's do, I guess we'll just do number 1. So number 1 is box up the bot while staying far on the ramp, or triple let it up, then full box the bot. Okay. So basically we just triple let it up, we full box the bot. Oh, it's over here. Just like that. Or I guess you can do something along these lines as well. Obviously, that's not perfectly optimal because I'm not peeking properly, but you get the premise. But overall, guys, hopefully you get what I'm kind of getting at with the Raiders map. What I recommend you do is choose 3 to 5 different scenarios and just run through them a little bit. So maybe run them each for like 3 to 5 minutes or so as well. And that should get you in a really good spot. Basically, our goal here is really to get your builds and edits prime, get some good mechanical practice in, and just be ready to get into the game and piece control some kids. Oh, and of course, you have the piece control tunnels. I didn't go over any of those, but they're basically just open spaces where you run through and do a bunch of builds and edits. Alrighty, guys. So this is going to be our next mechanical practice map, and this is Realistic Edit Map V4 by Tito. So this map is kind of like a more beginner friendly type version of Raiders map, so it still has all the piece control scenarios and all that, but it also has some editing scenarios as well. It's basically Raiders map, except it's more fit to different skill levels. So if you're not quite at the level where you can go and box somebody up fully like that, then this is going to be a good option for you. So I'd recommend you either choose one or the other. I guess you can technically do both if you have the time for it, but for the sake of time, I generally don't. So as you can see, here I am in the map, and the weapons are a bit outdated. Oh wait, no, they're actually not anymore. To be honest with you guys, I didn't even know they were updated yet. So what you probably want to do when you jump in here is turn on instant reload. Movement speed can just be normal. You can adjust that if you want to go slower or faster, but you really don't need to. So there's going to be 4 different sections to this map. You have realistic edits, easy, and advanced, and then you have piece control, easy, and advanced. So basically you just run into whatever you want to go to. So we'll go to the easy realistic edits. And as you can see here, basically this is just editing pre-built structures to go and kill a bot. So double edits, very easy. Basically you just edit through, do that, edit through, do that. Try not to miss your shots like me. Maybe if you want to go a little bit more advanced with it, you can do something like that if you want to try to progress it. And of course, you have all sorts of different scenarios here. We'll do one more just for the sake of it. We'll do wall/stair edits. So you can do something like this, get a good peek, yep. Obviously, you want to try to kill it on the first try, not to be an NPC like me. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for that section. So then you have a more advanced section there if you want to use that, which obviously you can. And then you have the piece control section. So you have the easy piece control and the advanced. I'll go into the advanced for this one, I guess. So for example, in the advanced section of the piece control, this is one of the high wall side jumps. So this one's actually pretty advanced. Basically, you try to do a high wall there and then you edit through just like that. So basically you turn around, you do that, you land on here, and then you go get the kill like that. Then you've got cone stair side jump. So I believe this is actually similar to one we did in Raiders map. Oh my gosh, I did not mean to do that. Die. So I guess you can like cone it off and then edit like that. Yeah, I think that's the way you do it. So that's just a few examples. And as you know, there's an easy section for that as well. So basically there's easy to advanced, realistic edits, and piece control. This is a super useful map. It's pretty easy to use. You also have these sections over here if you want to try them. Basically the tunnels are like piece control tunnels like you have in Raiders map. The free build section is like a free build. And then the box fight section is like a section with a bunch of sentries where you're supposed to go and box fight them. But overall, that's going to do it for Tito's map. Alrighty guys, so finally getting into the last section of this warm-up routine, and this is going to be any combat variation. So basically this is anything like a zone war, a realistic 1v1, a PvP map, or anything along those lines. Basically what we're doing here is we're just getting our fighting warmed up and just getting primed before we actually jump into the game. So this is the last part. You can choose any of these maps. I'm going to put 3 different codes on screen right now. On top is a zone wars map, then a realistic map is in the middle, and then a PvP map is on the bottom. So I'm just going to choose a random one of these for this. I guess I'm going to do the realistic PvP map. I think that kind of sounds fun right now. So this is a public map, so you can just go into the matchmaking for this, and this has up to 20 people apparently, and you can basically just go and fight them all. So essentially you just spawn in with 20 people and you keep respawning every time you die. It's actually a pretty fun time. I won't stay in here for too long. I'm basically just going to show you guys what it's all about. So as you can see, I get into a lobby. I'm going to choose the Thunder, even though I don't really like the Thunder that much. So as you can see, I'm fighting against somebody, and there's all sorts of players all over the place. This guy's a bit of an NPC, to be honest with you. Someone's over here. Oh gosh, okay. But as you guys can see, it's basically a massive third-party fest. Also, I don't know why my graphics look like this. And you can practice piece controlling people, or you can just get in somebody's face and 50-50 them like this, and hopefully not die. Die. Oh, all right. The game just ended. So basically, that's the gist of the realistic PvP one. Really, it's just a massive mess of players. You get into a ton of engagements, and it's pretty fun. I mean, it is annoying when somebody just lands on you and insta-kills you in the middle of a fight. Really, I mean, it's still an overall really good practice method, and I personally enjoy it. And of course, if you want a bit more of a peaceful environment and just to go against one player, then you can feel free to do a realistic map or a Zone Wars map if you want to practice like endgame and things of that nature. But overall, guys, I'm just going to recap all the codes real quick, just in case you guys want to write them down. So I'm going to put every single code up to every map on screen right now. On top, we've got the Aim Duels map. Then we've got Raiders Peace Control V3. Then we've got Tito's Edit/Peace Control map. Then we've got Zone Wars, Realistic, and then realistic PvP. So overall, guys, that's going to do it for all the maps in this video. What I recommend you do for your warm-up routine is to start off with aim training, since that's really important, then free build to get your mechanics moving, and then do either Raiders Peace Control map or Tito's map depending on your mechanical skill level, and then finish up with a combat variation before you get into the game. Overall, by following this routine, you should find yourself not only getting warmed up super well before you get into the game, but you'll also improve your actual skills while you're at it. If you found this video helpful, be sure to drop a like on it, and consider subscribing as well if you're new to my channel and want to see more tips and tricks videos just like this in the future. And lastly, consider using code THECO in the item shop, as it's 100% free and it seriously does help me out a bunch. As always, a massive thank you to everyone who uses my code. But with that said, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.